So here's a thought experiment on February the 16th. And what we have here is a representation of Minkowski spacetime. And this is the light cone of the observer passing through time. As you'll see, this is one of many perspectives or dimensions that the observer might have as an event occurs. And this line represents an event that is passing through the light cone of this observer. From this perspective, the event would be seen in one manner. From the perspective of this video lens, it would be seen as another set of conditions and consequences, etc. So this is an attempt to display an event that occurs through time in the space-time light cone of one observer from a number of different dimensions. And from a metaphorical standpoint, this line might represent a very still pond. And we're seeing it in three dimensions in Cartesian coordinates, if you will, where we have length, height, and width through time. So from the standpoint of the observer, the question is, what does this look like as it's occurring? What does this event or this action or this locality look like? What does it look like from a very simple experiential standpoint, using the metaphor of the pebble in the pond? What does it look like when you're above the surface of the pond, when you're below the surface of the pond, when you're beside the event as it's occurring at right angles to the pond or to the action event in the pond? What does it look like when you're looking back through space-time at it, should such a sensory capacity be possible? So here we have symbolically described a single event, and the thought question really emerged as a couple of matrices in which we have these different light cones, these different dimensions of seeing, quote unquote, an event passing through time with a limit of infinity, as are the number of different light cone dimensions. So this is an intriguing possibility to consider here. In addition to the matrix of light cones and time, we also have a matrix of what the actual event is doing over time. And as you'll see, the event itself, and if we summarize that as energy and mass, if the event itself doesn't change, if there's a conservation of energy over time, again with limits of infinity, then what does the light cone, quote unquote, look like to the event? And when I say, what does it look like? When I say, well, what would you put in all of these blank boxes? There are many things, because this is really not just a flat matrix, it's a multi-dimensional matrix. So for example, we could ask, what does an event look like from this light cone perspective at time 3 mathematically? Can it be described mathematically? Can it be described energetically? As this event occurs and passes a membrane of some sort where there's a change, and then that change might be something like a chemical reaction. It might be something like a supernova. It might be something like a spin property. It might be something like the effect of electromagnetism and light through a surface. This could be a refraction event, for example. And I suppose it could even at some point be a black hole. But I think the point is we have an opportunity to add several dimensions here and to explain what might be happening not just within the known universe of light cones, but possibly even beyond that. And that's maybe where infinity comes in here. So the thought question is really to fill in the blanks.